Hello, hi, good evening. So on today's class, I'm going to show you a very basic wireframing technique. Okay, so yeah, and I'll give you some kind of basic kind of information so that you can practice. Mm, okay, it's just completely a beginner course, and here you will learn very basic. So today I will start working on a mobile screen. So because of that, let's select a wireframe. Okay. I already mentioned these are the menu bars and like already explained, but still I will explain again. So this is move tools or scale tools. Here you can select the frame or sections or later on you can slice it. Okay, for the export, and you can this is the save tools where you can get the multiple saves and line or anything, okay, whatever you want to create. And it's a pen tool, okay, it's very handy tools. And pencil tools is there, it's for the type tool or a text tool. And it is resources, okay. So here we will get the resources from here. And so yeah, it is just a hand tool for moving the artboard from here and there. And last one is commenting when you are sharing with other person, and if you want to communicate or if you want to share the things, then you can click on this comment and just write. Okay, you can write the comment or something likewise. So, well, on today's class, I will show you some basic. Okay, first, let me start with the beginning how you can open a Figma file. Okay, just a very basic. Okay, when you click on a Figma icons or from start, you can type a Figma and install, and then this kind of user interface you will get. So you can create a new design file. Okay, so we are creating a design and product. Because of that, we need to click on new design file. Okay. So once you click and you will redirect to the untitled one particular page, okay, like this. So here is a menu bar, okay, file, edit, view, object, test, and arrange. These are the menus that you can get from here. Uh, okay, yes. And everything is there basic. Okay, so here is the like side panels, and you can share the entire what do you call Figma file from here, or you can enable the dev mode later on once you created the files. Okay, see, this is dev mode for the developer, so that they can get the CSS and the ideas. Okay, and this is a preview button so that you can present. Okay, and have a preview. It's also a latest features that they have launched in 2023. Okay, and this is a right sign on the right side. There is a what do you call property panel. Okay, so everything whatever we need to do. Okay, so all the details we will get from here. And on the left side there is a layer assets and the page one, page two, or whatever pages we want to add, we can build here. Okay, so this is the basic user interface of Figma. So I'm going to create a basic wireframe for a mobile application. And so let's say I will write a mobile wireframe only. Okay, simple name. I'm giving just a basic name, and I will choose one frame. Okay, so I'll select on frame. So I'll stick with the phone. And there are lots of what do you call options. So let's choose. I'm creating for a what do you call mobile. So I will go with the minimum or least one. So it's iPhone SE or iPhone 14 Pro. It's for 393 is with. I will go with, let's see, 556. Let's go with that iPhone 14. Okay. So I will go with the screen size of iPhone 14. Okay, and the width and height will be is 390 and 84 pixels. This is the basic frame that you can get, and you can rename the screen name also. Let's say today I'm going to give you a little bit guidance of user profile. Okay, so the screen name will be a user profile, and you can see the changes on here also. Yeah, this is the basic, very basic. Okay, yeah. Okay, now let's begin. Okay, so as you notice on iPhone screen that we have a nose in the middle of our screen. Let me, I don't know what is happening to my PC. Let's just close this. Okay, okay. So yeah, so on the what do you call in the middle there is a huge node. So that I will just put there a rectangle shape, at least that we can get the idea, so that we cannot place any content there. So if we placed a content on the middle of that particular nose area, then we won't be able to get the any result or anything we cannot read, and it will be a little bit like bad design. Okay, not completely a bad design, but it comes under the of what do you call comes under some errors on design. Okay, the user won't be able to see the content that is inside or behind the nodes. So yeah, see, and as I mentioned, the on the right side, as you can see, lots of properties. So see, on the first there is what do you call sizes, and x y is position. Okay, so it's now on x axis of 139, and y is now 0, means it is very top. Okay, and it's width and height. Okay, it's angle. Okay, if you change its value, then it will change the rotate the what do you call object. Okay, so I'll keep it on a 0. Mm, okay. And on the right side of that angle, there is a what do you call corner radius. So basically, I will go with the 5. So let's say just for example, I put there 5. And here there is one icon. So individually you can change. So let's say, for example, I choose the 5 for all the corner, but what I want to is, for example, for the top and top on both sides, like the left and the right side, I don't want to change it. Okay, so here you can change the see, it is showing that it is the top what do you call left top side. So left top side should be 0. Okay, and next one is it will like move on a clockwise. So this is the top right corner also. Obviously, if you hover on that, then you can see. So this also I need a 0. Okay, simply. So see, you can see the changes on top right and the top left, but here in bottom right and bottom left is 5 pixels. A round corner is there. Okay, so this is how I just place our kind of small nodes. Okay, so that I don't want to like any use any kind of icons or text or anything in behind this icon. Well, so now I'll put again another rectangle box for the simple idea, so that here I will put what you call navigation or anything. Okay, like there will be a back button, and some on the left side that there might be a back button, or on the right side there might be any other button. Okay, so yet I haven't decided anything. That is why I'm just giving a kind of basic reference. So well, let's place one button here. There will be a CTA. Okay. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Before that, obviously, please, you have to take care of that. I forgot to create the layout. Okay. So before starting anything, at least we have to build, we have to have one specific, sorry, uh, grid. Okay. So grid. Okay, so yeah, here you can choose three different options. So for you have to choose the columns, depending on the like icons placement. You can change later on. You can build. Okay, multiple layer and grid or columns you can add. But here right now, very first you have to add the columns. So that I'm adding columns. Okay, here it is a 5 columns. Okay, and I will put some small amount of margin that would be what do you call 20 margin. Okay, on the left and on the right side, and yeah, this is it, simple. Okay, just I am putting a basic margin, And under this guidelines, I will follow in. I will place my each and every wireframing. So wireframing can be done in a paper based and in digital based. Okay. First, you have to initiate with the paper and a pencil so that you can get the ideas, a basic, and you can brainstorm your ideas. See, and here I am doing a very, very basic. Okay, I'm not like very sure what will be there, and I'm just doing my brainstorm, and I'm just building a kind of basic sketch so that I can sense or I can visualize how it might look. Okay, later on we can change. Later on we can what do you call experiment on the wireframing. So here, likewise, okay. So I will create one small CTA here. Okay, so yes, okay. So and let's go build the scale and let's put some lines on the left hand side. So see for the rulers, you can click on menu and view and ruler, or you can use the shortcut key from keyboard also, shift and R. So it will enable the rulers in left side and on the top side. So I will snap one rule and I will place one rule here. Okay. So on the left side and likewise same on a what do you call the right side or left side on both side I will place the rulers. And then so now what will be like why we need to pull this ruler is so now after what I can do is I can disable the layers or columns. Okay, I'm just closing the eyes. I'm not deleting it. I'm keeping it. Okay, I need to see multiple times. That is why. So see, I can just disable the eyes and the layout guideline is gone. But I have a rulers, one small guideline on left side and on right side, so that it will help me to align on a both side. Okay, well yeah, this will be on the both side I will keep okay, let me just I don't know what is happening here. I will just stop sharing and again I will share. Okay, just give me a couple of minutes. I will stop it and then I will again share the entire screen and I will start working. Okay, yeah, now it's working fine. Yes, yes, it's working fine. Okay, see. So here there will be two different CTA button. Okay, for one will be the obviously for the iPhone series you have to keep a back buttons or something. Okay, and some other on the right side there might be a different CTA button. Okay. So for this, for here, I'm going a basic idea like putting this kind of, as I mentioned that it will be a user profile. So on the middle of screen, I will put the photo of that particular person or a picture of that user so that I am putting, what do you call, a big, mm, round shape. So there I can place the icons and here there will be a basic the user's name, address, okay, email address, and some of the demographic details will be there. So uh, here now what kind of user profile will be so before creating a wireframing at least we have to do our own research and then we can come up with. So let's take an example of e-commerce what do you call user profile. Okay, so this is the one app that will allow to user to purchase what do you call mm, let's say shoes on online. Okay, and for the this normal customer it's like uh, for the customer or user profile is for the customer who want to purchase or who is login and register. So for them, so I'm creating. It's just a basic idea. It's raw, okay. Before there is nothing any prior information. Because of that there are some questions are missing. So yeah. Okay, now the in the first there will be some kind of demographic details, okay. And now let's say see our as a e-commerce, I'm giving a basic idea only here, okay. So let's say, let's imagine. So uh, like the user is like on mainly focusing on online purchasing. So that let's add a credit card details, okay, digital wallet or anything, so that he can add that card to pay the product, okay. So let's first initiate with the kind of here, let's say there will be a one heading, okay. So let's card detail likewise, anything can be there, okay, just a basic. And here I'm putting on one big rectangle, okay, so that there we can place a card, okay. So let's imagine. So nowadays most of the people have multiple card, right? So we cannot stick with one particular card. So what am I assuming is here, I will put here a little bit on a what do you call left side, and at the same time I will put another card on a center, and likewise again I will put another card on a right side. So why I'm putting this kind of what do you call alignment is just I'm assuming that user has a multiple card, okay, and mobile screen is quite easy. So the user can slide on left and right, okay. So that why so that I'm just giving a kind of small idea so how the content will move, okay. Yeah. So this is the basic what do you call card detail will be there, and again there will be a kind of basic let's say a history, yeah, a purchasing history might be, okay. So what are the product or what are the things that the user product? Obviously, it's a very basic user profile, so that we don't want to show the product picture and everything here, okay. First, we want to list them out, okay, in here, and then the user can go for it in other page, in detail page, particularly single page. So here what I do is I will create one basic one what do you call card for one particular let's say history, okay. So the user might today is 8th of August, then the user purchase any shoes on July, then there will be a what do you call history, and there will be a date, and what are the product, there might be a multiple product or anything, so that let's assume there will be a invoice number or anything, okay. Last for that for inner content I will create a few lines, okay. So these are the things that you have to do with your pen and pencil, so that it will be easy. But I'm here today, right now I'm using digital tools, that is why I'm putting lines and rectangle balls, rectangle shape only. And now we need a CTA to click, okay. At least we can give a kind of, and so for the CTA, it's not important to put a separate button to see to show the data, but the user can tab on that particular screen, and it will move to in a different direction. But at least if you want to show, then obviously likewise we can place one simple CTA button, and let's change the a little bit color and make it dark, okay. So the this will be any CTA button to see. So there might be multiple what do you call history can be created, okay. So at least I'm trying to show a few of them, okay. So this will be at least three card will be there. So here I just created a one basic user profile, and the credit card list of cards, and then list of purchasing history, whatever he purchased from this particular app. So it's just a basic idea how you can prepare, okay. And I forgot to mention one last. Okay, the obviously menu section will be completely different, but at least I just want to show you. So at the end of the in footer section, we always see the menus of our navigation icon. So I will put here some basic. Okay, so mostly user always comes at the end, but it depends upon how you want to place the icons and everything. It depends upon purely on your own findings and output. So likewise, I'm putting here one. There will be one icons, okay, and other icon will be a little bit below, so that user can get the idea where they are. So I'm putting this icon a little bit up. I'm assuming the user icon will be here, okay, and it will be focused because I'm creating a wireframe for the user profile. So and other icon will be, I'll keep one icon here, okay. So there will be one, let's say home screen for this one, okay, and this one for the what do you call let's just a basic have let's have a basic idea. Let's say this will be home page, okay. This will be user, okay. Now one for the cart, okay, the listing or cart, and another will be no need to see multiple icons, okay. At least we can show them. So one will be home, okay, and another will be for the cart list, and one will be for the this one is for the user profile, and another we can create is for the categories, because we have a lots of categories in home page. Maybe we cannot fit the categories, but here if we give a separate icon for the categories, then easily they can navigate, okay. But later on obviously we can what do you call do our own brainstorming session so that we can build something great, okay. But here just I'm giving a basic idea. See, this is the basic idea. Here I'm not following any guidelines or any guidance, just I'm creating one basic layout structure, like five layouts, okay, following the five columns of layout, just the basic idea. And obviously for the wireframing, it's just a basic idea that you don't have to be a very specific, and you don't have to be a very like a line, okay. If you think like everything should be very clean, no, the wireframing always should look like a very mess, because you are experimenting your ideas, okay. Based on your idea, based on your experiment, then you can find the result, perfect result. So let me give you one example. So as we know, I don't know, I'm not pretty sure how many times he failed and get succeeded, but most of the times we have heard that I think 10,000. Thomas Alva Edison had a experiment over 10,000 times, and then finally he invented the fluorescent bulb, okay, the electricity bulb, the fluorescent bulb. And then now see, we can like see the multiple changes now. It's LED, and it's different than the back then period. But he did more than many times. Let's pick it a number of that 10,000, and he experimented 10,000 times. Only then he is able to what do you call find the actual result. See, this is the experiment level. So likewise, obviously in UX UI designing, you do have to I'm not saying that you have to experiment on a thousand times or something multiple times. At that time there was no such research facilities, and okay, so the scientists have to do their own research. They have to do their own each and everything from every aspect, build some kind of node or anything. They have no any resources to find out the what, how, and where they can get the details, and how can they can experiment. So they have to do by using their mind. But nowadays that we have lots of thousands of millions of resources over the internet, and we have a huge team of design team, so that we can discuss, okay. And another thing, sometimes what happens is you have to what do you called perform your own tasks solely. Sometimes what happens is there is some kind of a small organization, obviously they won't hire a big big peoples, and they can't afford, and they wanted to depend on one particular, that may be a you, and that you have to perform the multiple times. While if you are alone also, you can like incorporate with some other person also, like there might be some other colleague who are working in a multiple department, but still you can join them, and you can communicate with them, and you can ask them, so how do you think, what do you think, what if like this way. Likewise, you can ask, and you can experiment with real what do you call applications that are already out in the market. So obviously the every app should be a little bit unique and different than each and every, but see, if we are creating a marketplace app, then there should be a similar feature, and sorry, not similar user flows of that every marketplace. Okay, there are few similarities. Obviously, if there is a comes under the marketplace, then there should be, or there must be a similarities on the product that you are creating and the product that already existed in the market. So from them, their ideas also, you can get some basic ideas. Okay, you can get the inspiration, and then you can, what do you call, design, and you can create based on your guidelines, guidance, and the brand guidelines. So well, I'll add here one another example. For example, if you say, if someone say, someone might say like stealing some other design is not like what do you call inspiration. Sometimes anyone can say, and whenever, maybe if you faced any interview, and then you can see like, yeah, maybe you can see. I also encounter many times. Okay, so there was a one assignment for the interview session. Okay, after a first interview, they asked for the, what do you call it, you have to perform one assignment so that we can judge how what's your skill level. And they said, don't follow the what do you call normal conventional way, or don't follow the other designs or anything. The design, the look, style, you can change, but the user flow and the way the app works, it always same. For example, if what do you call Da Vinci created the Mona Lisa's picture, that means the other painter should not create a portrait. They can create the portrait. Obviously, they cannot make exactly as Mona Lisa, but they can create a similar portrait like Mona Lisa, and they can present their artwork. It's just their skill. They can like come up with such fine result. So it is possible, and it can be. It's just the humans' perceptions and to defend the things that they can't handle it. Okay, so you have to defend them, and you see, you are in a design field, and there are so many persons like they want to put their thought without knowing the process overall. Just they are giving a kind of, what you called, yeah, argument based on their own preference. Okay, so if they don't like some kind of messy and funky design, then they say, oh no, you're designing very absolutely wrong, it is worst. But at least what you can do is, why, whenever you are creating any kind of design, any kind of like wireframing or anything, whatever you are creating, that if you are able to what do you call, tell the story, or if you are able to give the message in a clear way, then you can play in your design everywhere. Okay, you can make it a messy at the messiest best level. Okay, you can do whatever you want. You can make rough and tough, what do you call, design, if you are able to what do you call, communicate the message. Okay, you need to communicate, at least you need to communicate with the message, and you need to make a design with the some kind of guidelines with the company's color theories and their voice and their tone. For example, let's say if the company is let's take an example of hospitals. Okay, hospital generally has to present a kind of their presence should be a very calm, okay, and the natural and healing process. Their design, their content, their atmosphere, okay, these are the things that they have to follow. Okay, and now here comes you as a designer, that you are creating a kind of a violent type of designer, and funky, and a different kind of design, that there is a horror kind of font and types and design. The texture is very, very different. Okay, then the design won't looks obviously it won't look good. Okay, it's very, very obvious reason. But you play a very basic font, very clear font that you portrayed a very, very calmly in your design. And still, if someone is like arguing that I don't like the shape or I don't like the color or anything, okay, so then you have to defend your design. Okay, so let me put you one story that I heard from one great designer. Okay, right. Currently, I am not remembering his name. Okay, he's one of the great logo designer. Okay, there was one organization. Okay, so it was a World Conservative Organization or Conservation Organization. Likewise, you can search on a Google also if you want. Okay, and there was a logo. So previously, there was a logo. That means world conservative means they put everything, whatever the existed in on Earth, they put everything. Like there was a tree, land, what do you call it? Monkey, okay, some other birds, everything was there. There was that was their first logo. And next, on after what you called many years, so the company decided to add one element, that is human element. Now there was a big problem. See, there are some kind of nomads that are like about to existence because of their adaptability. They are not able to adapt to the modern society. Because of that, some what do you call humans are in the existence. So as I heard and as I knew that in Nepal, okay, there is a few nomads like Rautis are there. Very, very less people are there. I don't know exact number, but there are about only 60 to 70 people are there. And I heard that they are starting living in a one particular place and they are trying to learn the modern societies. But a few years back, let's say 2 3 years back, they were still in the jungle and they like to move one place to another place and they don't like to settle in one particular place. Okay, likewise they used to stay. So well, there are lots of other nomads in multiple areas and they are in the level of like existence. Okay, extinction. Sorry, and so the organization also thought so we need to add the human element, and now they find a little bit difficult how to add the human element on that particular logo because they thought that logo, what do you call it, is perfect for them. Okay, the logo was perfect for them. So now they hired one logo designer. Okay, and they asked him to design the logo. And after many months of experiment, he come up with a very what do you call basic idea. That is one small round circle with thick edge, okay, or outline you can say, and below that there is one rectangle shape. Okay, the that was simple round. And likewise the see, if I like it, just if I hide the fill and if I put the stroke of let's say 5 pixels or more than five, let's say 50, how it looks. No, 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 50, sorry, I'm so sorry, 5 pixel, okay, yeah. And if I remove these all other and if I just add a little bit, I will increase decrease 100, yeah, this much. This is the logo. Now new logo is this. You can get, but obviously color is different. Obviously you have to think that like just I'm giving a kind of reference only. So the designer made the logo and he presented that particular logo to the board member, and first mistake was cancel. I mean cancel means they didn't like the logo, so they just say, no, you have to change it. And later, obviously, see, if you are a designer, then what you have to do is you have to experiment and you have to accept their, what do you call, advice also sometimes. And he tried to experiment in a multiple ways, okay, and he didn't satisfied with other results. Eventually, he stick with that this particular design. And if you want to like listen each and every details, then you can check out the future or future without e channel. There is one channel, and the Chris, Chris is very very finest and very what do you call excellent in branding and marketing. He is good for the every designer and inspiration for every designer. He took the interview of that particular designer. Okay, you can check it out in a YouTube channel. Also, you can find out the details also. Well, okay, let's keep going on. And so the designer stuck on that his own idea, and the meeting goes more than 6 months, and finally the designer created one animated what do you call collage, and finally they accept it. They understand what is the what do you call the meaning, or what is the scene behind this round and the what do you call a rectangle shape that is below on this. So the designer idea is round shape is earth itself. Okay, earth means everything comes under like this, and the what do you call the this rectangle shape is like simple surface where things are landing and having a support. Okay, so this is his approach, and he created later on he created one animated version of showing how it will incorporate with their brand. Okay, and then finally they accepted, and now you can see on internet, and you can see the websites also of World Conservative Organization. So this is how the designer uh, waited and stuck on that design, and he defend his own creation. Because of that, now the logo is very unique and easy to remember, and every will understand what it means. Once they see the logo, then they will never forget. Okay, obviously, without seeing anything, you can't remember, but at least if you see at the very first glance, you will understand what the logo reference for. Well, so I was giving a kind of story that you have to defend your ideas. Okay, whatever you are creating, anything like mobile application, website, the marketplace, any other applications. Okay, nowadays like the car also have a user interface. Okay, that you have to design as a UX/UI designer, and see you can see the Tesla's screens also, so it's very beautiful. And there are other multiple car which are following same approach, and they are creating a very finest user interface for the cars. Okay, so yeah, there will be multiple areas where designers has to what do you call involve, and they have to create a good design. So start with the basics things, experiment your ideas, and try to come up with the finest idea. But you have to experiment, and you have to like what do you call do a mindful exercise, and then you can come up with. And do not afraid to experiment and with your design and your elements. Okay, do not rigid on particular first design or first approach. Sometimes it happens in logos. Okay, whenever you design in a first time, that can be a very perfect, and you don't want to change, and you will be satisfied. But for the applications, mobile application design, okay, it is hard to get the result on first design. Sometimes it happens if you have a very clear picture, then you can make it, but it won't work always. Okay, so yeah, okay, this is it for the today's wireframing session. We will discuss, we will create a kind of small mock-up, and we will work on further wireframing on another classes, and we will discuss, or we will create a mock-up on next class. So thank you for today's class, and we will see you on next days, and we will talk more about the wireframing and creating a kind of mock-ups. Okay, so have a great night, and thank you for your time. And well, see you on the next videos. Bye bye.
All right. Yeah. Bye bye. Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah.